How to prep your bike for winter. It's starting to get pretty cold here in Toronto, so I think it's time to get our winter ready. Now, everything we're going to be talking about in this video is, in my opinion, the absolute bare minimum you should do when it comes to winter storage, just so there's the least amount of headaches come springtime. First things first, I'd say you need to figure out where your bike is going to be stored. In an absolute perfect world, you would have your own heated garage you could store it in, but if you're like me and you Klarna'd your lunch the other day, that might not be an option. So if you don't have your own garage or storage spot, I would maybe ask a friend to see if they could store it for you in payment for like some money or like a bunch of beers or something. Or another option is to call some local bike shops. A lot of shops actually have a storage program where they'll store your bike for a flat fee, and some will actually give you an oil change come springtime. But if even that isn't an option, then don't worry, it's not the end of the world. If keeping it outside is your only option, I'd get a solid bike cover for it that can withstand the elements and find a spot where it'll be safe and out of the way. Now, I've stored the old V-Star bobber outside a couple times when I lived in a small one-bedroom apartment, and while it is heartbreaking to look at times, it'll be completely fine. Next is to pick up some fuel stabilizer. Since your bike is going to be sitting for a while, the fuel in your tank can go stale and separate from the ethanol that's found in modern fuel. This then causes the fuel in your tank to turn gummy and sludgy, and when you go to start it up in springtime, you're now sending this really bunk fuel into your fuel injectors or carburetors, and it's just not a good time. Now, to prevent this, pick up some fuel stabilizer, your choice, and follow the instructions. Now, there's a bunch of different options for fuel stabilizer out there. One that I use a lot is one called Seafoam. I've used it on all my bikes over the years, and it's worked great. Last is to get a trickle charger or battery tender for your battery. Cold temperatures and sitting for a long time is a surefire way to start out your next riding season with a dead battery. Like, for example, Alex did not have his battery on a charger, and this is the first ride of the season. Thought we were going to forget about that one, huh? A battery tender or trickle charger will slowly charge your battery and keep it topped up so it's ready and healthy come springtime. Now, if your bike is going to be stored in temperatures below freezing, then I definitely recommend removing the battery from your bike and keeping it on a charger indoors. Now, there are a bunch of different trickle chargers out there, a bunch of different battery tenders. They all pretty much do the same thing. I would just make sure that the battery charger you get is specific for motorcycles, or it matches your battery type and voltage. If you follow these steps, you can ensure that your bike will run just as good as it did before winter when spring rolls around. Now, a bonus tip is just to move somewhere warm so you don't need to deal with any of this shit.